Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Omonia Nicosia. So score prediction, I'm going to go with 2-0 to Manchester United. And the goal scorers, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho. So that is your predictions. The Omonia Nicosia manager is Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon got appointed in as the Omonia Nicosia manager in March this year. When he officially got appointed in, he signed a 2-year deal. Before, Neil Lennon endured 2 spells with Celtic, and before he's managed Hibernian and Bolton Wanderers. I do know around 3 players that Omonia Nicosia have got. They've got Gary Hooper, Andy Matthews, and that's it really, and they've got a player called Brandon Barker. Omonia Nicosia are from Cyprus. They're 4th in their league. They won their last game 2-0. This is Manchester United's 3rd game in the group of the Europa League. So far, Man United have played 2 games in the group. We won our last game in the Europa League against FC Sheriff 2-0. But Man United lost their opening game against Real Sociedad 1-0. Manchester United do have some players missing. Obviously, Harry Maguire is out. Gareth Southgate did confirm not so long ago that Harry Maguire picked up a hamstring injury, and Jamie Carragher came out and said that Harry Maguire cannot save his Manchester United career. Maguire is no longer one of our first choice centre-halves anyway, following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, Brandon Williams is still injured, but he doesn't get in the team anyway. Varane is now injured. He came off injured in Man United's 6-3 defeat to Man City. Dubravka has got a knock, but Dubravka's just a backup to number 1 David De Gea. Man United have got Dubravka on loan until the end of the season. There's an option to buy for around 5 or 6 million at the end of the loan. And Donny van der Beek has had a knock. I think Van der Beek will start this game against Omonia Nicosia. I also think that Ronaldo will play in this game because Ronaldo played no part against Manchester City. He was on the bench. Cristiano Ronaldo can leave Manchester United in January. Erik ten Hag will not stand in his way. When Erik ten Hag first took over as Man United manager, he actually wanted Ronaldo to stay. But Manchester United are coming into this game against Omonia Nicosia on the back of a 6-3 defeat to Manchester City. Manchester United were embarrassing against City. City were totally dominant, especially in that first half. Man City were 4-0 up at half-time. Second time we've been 4-0 down at half-time under the Erik ten Hag era. To be fair to Man United though, they did bounce back in that second half, but it was too late. Manchester United's goals against Man City came from Martial. He got a brace, come off the bench. Just come back from injury not so long ago, and Anthony scored a stunning goal, but he did nothing up until that goal. And Man City's goals came from Phil Foden. He got a hat-trick, his first career hat-trick. Very good young player is Foden, I highly rate him. And Erling Haaland scored a hat-trick. It was his third home hat-trick in a row. So reflecting on that, he made Premier League history. Like I said to you earlier on today, Erik ten Hag slammed the belief of Man United players after City humiliation, and he also came out and said that it was an unacceptable performance. Because we was in good form going into that game against City. We'd won 5 of the last 6 in all competitions. Manchester United's next game in the league is Everton. That's a game we should definitely be winning. But Erik ten Hag, I did say, didn't I, after the defeat to Man City, that he got some decisions right, some decisions wrong. There's a lot of United fans saying that Casemiro should have started against City because he seems to do well in the big games. Casemiro didn't start, but he did come on in the game. Casemiro's actually made impacts from the bench since he become a Man United player. I thought it was poor on his first start against Real Sociedad. Obviously, Ronaldo didn't play any part against City, like I mentioned earlier. Obviously, Maguire played no part because he was injured. You know, like I've said, Man United look a far superior team without Maguire and Ronaldo. But Ten Hag, you know, I ain't going to prejudge him. He needs time at Manchester United. You know, this is his first full season as United manager. If he is to get Man United a top 4 finish this season, I'd underline that and say that's a good first full season, and then obviously build on that. It'd be great if Man United could get a trophy this season, because Man United have not won a domestic trophy since 2017. You know, Erik ten Hag knew when he'd taken over at Man United that he's got big expectations to exceed. Ten Hag has got rid of players since he come in, but despite that, he's still inheriting deadwood. You know, to Ten Hag's credit, you know, he has made 6 signings since he became Manchester United manager. He brought Terrell Malacia in, Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony and Dubravka. We spent over 200 million this year. And Erik ten Hag has already made his transfer plans for January. You know, he did say not so long ago that Man United will continue to hold meetings over strengthening the squad. Ten Hag's going to get a transfer budget of around 70 million. Well, he could get 100 million if Ronaldo leaves in January. The January transfer window will be Ten Hag's second transfer window as Man United manager. But Erik ten Hag, you know, he's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. He replaced Rangnick earlier on this year. Ten Hag is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option to extend for the 3rd year. Don't forget, he recently got named Premier League Manager of the Month. And obviously, Marcus Rashford won Premier League Player of the Month for September. Ten Hag, revert back to when he was the Ajax manager. He did very well because he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he also developed the young players well. And before, Ten Hag managed Utrecht, Bayern Munich's reserves, and Go Ahead Eagles. Don't forget, Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren are working alongside Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag was the one that recommended them in. You've got Benny McCarthy at the club, John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. You know, Richard Arnold, he's our CEO. Richard Arnold replaced Ed Woodward when Ed Woodward resigned. Earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Man United in an advisory role. Obviously, the Glazers, they're still at Manchester United. They've been a massive problem at the club for a long time. And we've got to get them out. And for a long time now, a lot of United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. The Glazers have owned Man United since 2005, so they've owned the club for around 17 years. Not so long ago, Man United confirmed that they'd paid out 33.6 million in dividends, mostly to the Glazer family, in the financial year of up to the 30th of June 2022. Earlier on this year, it said the Glazer family were open to selling a minority stake in Man United. As you all know, Michael Knighton's been interested in buying the club. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's been interested now for quite some time in buying Man United. And earlier on this year, Elon Musk joked about buying the club. So there you go. But like I say, 5 managers have left Man United since Ferguson. Obviously, got rid of Moyes, got rid of Van Gaal, got rid of Mourinho, got rid of Solskjaer, and earlier on this year, Ralph Rangnick left. He was Man United's interim manager for around 5 months. Rangnick didn't make any signings when he was the interim manager of Man United. He only enjoyed one transfer window. We've got to accept, though, that no one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. You know, Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. When he was the Man United manager, he won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, he brought success to the club, but Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was a long-serving manager at Man United. He enjoyed a 27-year managerial tenure. Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago now. Before Ferguson, of course, Man United had the likes of Ron Atkinson, weren't that consistent under him. We had Sir Matt Busby. We had some good periods under Matt Busby. We had a lot of bad periods as well. Wilf McGuinness weren't that consistent under him. And we had Frank O'Farrell as well. Was it back in the 1970s? Man United actually got relegated under him back in the 70s. Frank O'Farrell passed away, was it last year or the year before? But I do think Man United are at least 3 years off winning the league, maybe 4, maybe 5 years. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. But like I say, a lot of players have left the club over the years. A lot of players have left Man United this year, like I've already been through with you. More players will be leaving next year as well. I think next year Ronaldo's going to be going because, like I've said, he can leave. Maguire will be going. Jones will be going. Tuanzebe will be going. Williams will be going. I think Lindelof could be going as well. De Gea's nearing a Man United exit. Bissaka will probably go. No way back for him in the team because Diego Dalot's first choice right back. I think Luke Shaw could be going as well because no way back for him because Terrell Malacia is our first choice left back. Fred could be going as well next year. Doesn't start anymore. Following the arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, I think we could be selling Martial as well next year. Tellez will probably go permanently. Bailly will go permanently. I think we could get rid of Henderson permanently. So there you go. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes, more on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.